Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast Special Edition Series. This is the third of 32 episodes of the series. This one being the Horizon League tournament. I previously did the NEC and the Atlantic Sun. If you want to check out those preview podcasts for those respective tournaments, feel free to do so. This one is going to be for the Horizon League. The tournaments will be held in the campus sites for the first two rounds. So the first round, the quarterfinals, semifinals, and the championship will be held at Indiana Farmers Coliseum, which is the home of the IUPUI Jaguars. So that's in Indianapolis, so that's pretty cool that they have a different arena for their championship. They usually would play theirs at the Cavaliers Arena in Cleveland. I forget the name of that arena. I think it's like Rocket Mortgage or something like that. So yeah, it's different to see them go to a different arena. Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. I was right. So without further ado, let's get going with this. So your seedings. So your 1 seed is Cleveland State, 19-9 on the year, 15-6 in conference play. Your 2 seed is Purdue Fort Wayne, 20-10 on the year, 15-6 in conference play. Your 3 seed is Northern Kentucky, 18-11 on the year, 14-6 in conference play. Your 4 seed is Wright State, 18-13 on the year, 15-7 in conference play. Your 5 seed is Oakland, 19-11 on the season. Or 19-11 on the season, 12-7 in conference play. Your 6 seed is Detroit, 13-14 on the year, 10-7 in conference play. Your 7 seed is Youngstown State, 18-13 on the year, 12-9 in conference play. Your 8 seed is UIC, 13-15 on the year, 9-10 in conference play. Milwaukee's your 9. Very disappointing year for Milwaukee, 10-21 on the year, 8-14 in conference play. 10 seed Robert Morris, 7-23 on the year, 5-16 in conference play. Green Bay's your 11. 5-24 overall, 4-16 in conference play, and your 12 seed IUPUI 3-25 on the year and 1-16 in conference play. All right, the first round begins on Tuesday, March 1st. You have 12 seeded IUPUI at 5 seeded Oakland. IUPUI this season just your typical basement team. One player in double-digit scoring, that is BJ Maxwell. And then Oakland's a team that kind of turned it on in conference play. They have one of the better scoring forwards in the country in Jamal Cain. My projections for this game are Oakland by 19.5, total 131. So Oakland is almost for certain to advance here. Next, you have 11-seeded Green Bay against 6-seeded Detroit. Green Bay, disappointing year. They have a lot of guys that are averaging 11 a game with Donovan Ivory, Kamari McGee, and Emmanuel Onsen. And that's a little nice trio there. And then for Detroit, I think is overachieved this year a little bit, especially in conference play. They have a fabulous guard by the name of Antoine Davis. I project Detroit by 13.5, total of 135-25. So Detroit is very likely to move on, and I project them to move on. The third of the 4 first-round games, 10-seeded Robert Morris and 7-seeded Youngstown State. Robert Morris, still new to the Horizon League, coming over from the Northeast Conference. They have 3 guys averaging in double-figure points per game, led by Khalil Spear. And then Youngstown State, I feel, underachieved this season. Very balanced team. Good duo, Michael Akuchi and Dwayne Cahill. I like those 2 players. I project Youngstown State as a 13-8 favorite, total of 142 3/4. So therefore, I have Youngstown State advancing. And the last of the first round games I have here is, this is weird, 8 seeded UIC at 9 seeded Milwaukee, and UIC gave up the hosting rights for the tournament because they are hosting championship events. Obviously, UIC plays at Credit Union One Arena in Chicago. And one of their smaller arenas, so UIC is just handing it off. And obviously, IPUI pretty much as well, too, in that regard. But they're awful. And UIC is less awful, I should say. But we talked about Milwaukee a little bit earlier. Disappointing year, but everyone was high on Patrick Baldwin Jr., who is the son of their head coach, Patrick Baldwin. So there's that connection, the father-son connection. We always love to see those. And then their leading scorer this year was DeAndre Golston. And then on the other side with UIC, they might have the best player on the court in this game in Demaria Franklin. And he's really awesome to watch. And for this matchup, because Milwaukee's home, I project them as a 2 5/8 favorite and a total of 140 and 5/100. So, therefore, because of the home field or home court switch, I project Milwaukee into the next round. And then they'll move on to take on Cleveland State in the quarterfinals, which begin on Thursday, March 4th. Cleveland State tied atop the conference this season with Purdue Fort Wayne. Their best player this season has been Demoy Hodge. And I project Cleveland as a 12 3/4 point favorite. Therefore, I have them advancing, as Milwaukee's disappointing season will come to an end. Then 5-seeded Oakland takes on Wright State. Your 4-seed, Wright State has 2 really good scorers in the conference, Tanner Holden and Grant Basile. And because of home court, I project them by 3 3/4. So Wright State, I think, will get by Oakland. Youngstown State and Purdue Fort Wayne. Purdue Fort Wayne, your 2-seed. They have a nice balance. Jared Godfrey leads the way in scoring, and Jalen Pipkins isn't bad. And if this was on a neutral, if this was the semifinals in Farmers Coliseum, this would be a pick-up. Because Purdue Fort Wayne's home, I project it as a 3-point favorite. Therefore, Purdue Fort Wayne I have advancing, as I think home court will prevail here. And the last of the quarterfinals, 6-seeded Detroit and 3-seeded Northern Kentucky. Northern Kentucky, third place in the conference this season. They have a really good scorer in Marquez Warwick. I project Northern Kentucky as a 7 7/8 point favorite. And Northern Kentucky, I think, should advance to the semis, which are going to take place on Monday, March 7th. The first of the two is 4-seed Wright State at 1-seed Cleveland State from Indiana Farmers Coliseum. I project Cleveland State by 2 5/8. I just think Cleveland State is better, led by Hodge and Patton. So therefore, I have Cleveland State in the championship. And then the semifinals, 3-seeded Northern Kentucky and Purdue Fort Wayne, your 2-seed from Indiana Farmers Coliseum. This is a good one. I really think this is a good one. I think Purdue Fort Wayne has overachieved this season. Gotta applaud them. Great year. Godfrey and Pipkins is a good duo. Northern Kentucky has Warwick, who I really like as a scorer. And I just think that Northern Kentucky is going to prevail, and I think Warwick could be the best player on the court. So I have a 3 seed in the championship in Northern Kentucky, as I project them as a 3 3/8 favorite at Indiana Farmers Coliseum. If this was at Purdue Fort Wayne, this would be Northern Kentucky by 3/8. And then their championship on Tuesday, March 8th, 3 seeded Northern Kentucky and 1 seeded Cleveland State from Indiana Farmers Coliseum. My projection is Cleveland State by 2 5/8 again, weirdly enough. The scoring battle between Warwick and Cleveland State's duo of Hodges and Patton would be a lot of fun. I just think Cleveland State's a lot better. Cleveland State, I think, is underrated. And this team really did me a favor last season in betting them throughout the Horizon League tournament, and I think they'll do me good again here. So give me Cleveland State. They'll win the 2022 Horizon League tournament, as they will represent the league in the big dance for the second consecutive year. Northern Kentucky would have been it if it wasn't for COVID 2 years ago. They won it in 19. Wright State won it in 18. And then 5 years ago was Northern Kentucky. So Northern Kentucky's had a nice little run here in this tournament. So that's what also makes sense for Northern Kentucky and its success. I know turnover and everything is key. There are some guys from this Northern Kentucky team that were on the COVID team. And then obviously the guys on Cleveland State this year have the experience from last year. Obviously, I mean COVID team as in the team that would have been the tournament had not been for COVID. So next up will be the Patriot League. So stay tuned for that one.